graphic designers and animator are utilizing their creativity to elegantly craft the team's logos and animations. Their job is to convey the core messages of each vehicle to the potential consumers.
Well, basically, the creative designer, he is the one who decides, what this vehicle is going for, what kind of style, what their theme.
I have to ask him a lot of questions, figure out what he wants with his car, and then try to create a visual system for that.
I would try to work with them to make sure that their car would be presented in the best way possible.
I then take that vehicle and take things such as color and schemes and themes from the color and trim people to the 3D models from the sculptors. And I take everything and produce it and put it out so that the public can understand what you're going for with it.
The hero card is basically a trading card for the car. It tells who's buying it, basically gives an overall feel of the design.
And the hero card lets us project the future as far as the storyboards go for the final motion graphics, as well as giving an outline on the story behind the vehicle.
In this hero card for the .ru, I used a lot of elements from Russian culture, and specifically the Matryoshka doll and the onion domes. And that played a lot into the inspiration for our design for the .ru.
We wanted to show off the off-road capabilities, show that it can handle this type of road conditions, so we showed, kind of terrain mapping in the background. We wanted to show that it's durable, so express that both visually and, verbally.
A lot of the design is influenced by the culture of either China or Russia. And you can see Russia is a lot more blocky, more constructivist, and it's a kind of a more rugged area, while the two Chinese logos are a lot more earthy and free-flowing and kind of organic, because that's just the kind of culture that they come from.
The Rain is a very sleek car, and so with that we wanted to have a trendy type of logo, yet at the same time the car has a lot of emotion. And so with that, inside the G here, you can see it's red, the teardrop in the G, but at different times, depending on the temperature outside, actually the color inside the G will change color. The motion graphics piece that we are designing basically illustrates the look and feel of the vehicle, as well as tying in the interior 3D modeling of the vehicle.
We had to make a storyboard, and then with the storyboard create an animation that kind of tells the story of the car. This is the opening sequence for the final animation that is kind of like an animated hero card almost.
Right now I'm working on finalizing the animation for Team 4. I took information from the engineers and the color and trim and the designers, and I would just kind of gather up all the information I could to put it into a full 3D model. I bring in all of the models that were created, and I would scale them so that it would be appropriate size. I would later then create a camera that I would be able to control. Once I set up my camera, I can create a motion trail for it to follow, so I can animate it around the vehicle in certain areas that need to be shown.
We've had some challenges. A lot of times it's just coming to an agreement on a certain type of thing that we all like as a group.
One of the hardest challenges for me was to make sure everything was accurate between the designer and the engineer and the color and trim, to make sure that it was coming out how the designer wanted it to become.
Up until now I hadn't worked in anything outside of paper, and a little bit of like environmental graphics, but that's very different from this.
The interns have spent countless hours sculpting, conceptualizing, designing, and engineering throughout the summer. All their hard work is about to pay off as the students rip off the covers on their concept vehicles and reveal to the world their awe-inspiring works of art. Check back next week to watch the final episodes in GM's Design Internship series.